Hey guys, Jason. If you haven't heard already, China has officially called Bitcoin a commodity. Now, to many of you, that might not seem like a big deal. Okay, let's be honest, it's a big deal. So, beforehand, China has been like the United States. They haven't really said whether Bitcoin's a commodity, a currency, or just something in between. And for the first time, we get something finite out of China, where they come out and they're saying, Bitcoin is a commodity, and they actually said they compared it to gold, which is great. Now I know a lot of those people out there. You think, well, no. Bitcoin is a currency. Well, you can interpret it of that, but Bitcoin's one of these really interesting things where right now it's so hard for it to be a currency because the price and the volume fluctuate so heavily. So right now I think this is a good step. The fact that we're calling it a commodity, it's kind of like gold. I can use gold. I can go buy things with gold, but the ability and the steps to do that it's quite challenging. Now Bitcoin, it's a lot easier. I can take my Bitcoins, go to the btcstore.com, buy something, and then basically be done. So it's, the Chinese are right. It's kind of like in between of, a currency and a commodity. But, Bitcoin is eventually going to become a currency, at least we all think, by its progression and kind of adoption rates. But, I just think it's kind of cool that, China has come out and officially said something about Bitcoin. We've all been kind of wondering, what's been going on. There's been talks about, the Chinese market, especially the fact that we believe a lot of Chinese people are getting into these cryptocurrencies, which are, exploding the prices way beyond, what any of our predictions really set forth. But one of the interesting things is the BTC China, which is apparently a Chinese exchange for Bitcoins, now, because of Chinese regulation, requires you to have either a passport or identification number. And I think this is a good step. Well, twofold. I think it's a good step because it gets the average citizen to get into Bitcoin and to get into these cryptocurrencies. The only problem with this is the Chinese government is now going to know, most likely, how many coins you own. And for many in China, with the overreaching government, it's a concern about who knows how much wealth you have. And in China right now, it's a big issue about, citizens are trying to, take money out into foreign currencies. So, that's kind of a, rocky kind of decision. But I guess, for legalization of this currency and or of this commodity, however you classify it, it's a great step forward. In second fold, I see where there's many in this community who see Bitcoin as complete anonymous. While Bitcoin in its origin is supposed to be anonymous, even the FBI showed us in a release document that wasn't supposed to get released, but it did, of how to make Bitcoin anonymous. But using the default client will not make you anonymous. And so people are saying, well, this now takes away from the being anonymous now that China officially kind of recognizes Bitcoin. I don't think so. I think it kind of brings new light to Bitcoin. Probably citizens who were kind of concerned, especially in China, about whether it was legal or not. Now they kind of have a very finite, very defined measurement of what Bitcoin is, of what they can do with Bitcoin, and I think this will really push Bitcoin over the table. Even though right now the price actually dropped about $300, and many people are linking that to this for the fact that Chinese people can't anonymously buy Bitcoins. I don't know. I think it's the market's just kind of fluctuating like they always do, but we'll have to wait and see. Hey guys, have a great night and go Bitcoin.